So welcome here to Pax Europiana. This is again a beautiful day here. I'm driving west towards Albania. See here the big agricultural fields of Kosovo. Agriculture is of course for every economy, but also for Kosovo an important sector of economic development. I was just at the Agrocross trade fair. That's basically the Kosovo agricultural sector, and so many good companies are now ready already in the third stage of economic development, and also in the branding and in the marketing, and they are really very developed now, and it looks pretty good and very optimistic. The construction material sector and also the agriculture sector and of course the IT sector, but also tourism are really thriving sectors of the Kosovo economy, and it's actually based on the euro. That is so important that 20 years ago the government had the courage before already to do the mark and then also the euro. This is my role model for all Eastern European countries who want to join the European Union, to adopt the euro early on, as well as most importantly of course for Ukraine. And that's so important. Now you see some of these iconic churches here, and we are going to the west of Kosovo. I'm not driving over the mountains towards Montenegro, but I'm driving back to Albania, to the road crossing with Albania in the other side, and we will be good and we will be just fine. I'm a bit late, but it will be fine. Here you see the beauty of that part of Kosovo. A lot of individual houses. Over there it's the big coal fields, and we are going now to the west of Kosovo, and we'll try to do our best to recover the time. It's a bit of a short trip now, 3 countries in just 2 days. That's the minimum time you can basically spend, but I'm happy that we are now here and we are on the road to Pea, and we will be just fine. Yes, I will show you some of the beauty, but the euro is of course the big thing. The agriculture sector, of course, the market access. Kosovo early on has benefited from the wisdom to introduce the whole country to the Central European Free Trade Agreement, and that was really very good, because that way they have had early on the market access towards the European Union. That wonderful instrument was established already in 1992, directly after the end of communism, for the Central European countries like Poland, and it has been then made available 2007 for the Western Balkans. Moldova is already benefiting, but of course Ukraine and Georgia are not in CEFTA, and it's to my utter astonishment that this has not taken place, but I lobbied for it, and still today I really wonder, when we are able to make such fundamentally big decisions like Sweden and Finland in NATO and Ukraine and Moldova EU candidate status, why can we not do the other things which are also very important on the currency, on CEFTA, on NATO for Bosnia and Kosovo, and of course CEFTA membership of Ukraine and Georgia, and of course the euro for all EU candidate countries, and the labor market opening for all the countries. I don't know exactly why this cannot be done, and I wonder exactly what is missing and what needs to be done, and why this is not possible. And I'm a little bit impatient why we don't have a debt deal for Ukraine, for European victory bonds, and all these things which are so urgently and so logically after the COVID debt. Now we need to, of course, to have a Ukraine big debt deal to fund the cost of this war and all the EU integration over the next 20 years. When you do big things like investing in a new member, reconstruction of Ukraine, these are fundamentally big things. You cannot take that out of the pocket of the budget. It's not a pocket money kind of sum. We are talking here in the dimension of 1,500 billion. This is huge amounts of money, and it must be carried onwards over the next generation for all Europeans, because it's the ultimate war we are in. We are facing the economic consequences everywhere, from Portugal to Ireland, from Norway towards also Greece. I also cannot understand why Norway and Switzerland and Iceland are not in the European Union. The same logic applies as also to them. If we say unity is the answer to the Russian war, then it must be logically for all institutions, for the OECD, for others, and there is of course a big issue attached to it, and we have to do that. And when we lose a lot of time and we reject it, it's very, very wrong. And here in Kosovo now, it's also very dear to my heart, and all issues are connected. We cannot have no progress on Kosovo. Look at it, it's absolutely necessary to get the things done. Here, the energy revolution must be done. That is very expensive. Why should only Arab and Turkish companies do that? Yeah? Why not have also European funding for this in massive way? This is a lot of land there. Let's put the solar panels on all sides of the roads. This is state land here on both sides. Put solar panels on both sides. Give the government the funding and make it full. And also the grid capacity. Yeah? Build the batteries. The Americans are doing it. Where's the European battery park for Macedonia, for Montenegro, for Albania? Why are the Americans putting $200 million into a battery park and not the Europeans? What is exactly wrong with us? Why are we rejecting these countries? Just to appease Serbia and Russia, who anyhow, so in the case of Russia, made now war against us, and Serbia, which is utterly unproductive? I cannot understand that. Here, for example, lot of land, fill it up with solar panels. Absolutely. It's not so good agriculture land here at the border. And all this state land on the side of the motorway must be full of panels. But that's of course huge costs. And also you need the line capacities. And there's other things also, like the rearmament of Kosovo, of Bosnia, is costing. And we need to be safe from Serbian aggression. And the EU candidate status, now 3 countries only are missing. Bosnia, Georgia and Kosovo. What's the sense of keeping them on the potential line? And now in December we have the other one. So we really have to get going. It's important to get this done. And we need to do that. We need to do that. Absolutely we need to do that. No, very good. No good. So I'm here now. Normally I would go by bus, but it's impossible now because of this tight scheduling, and to rent a car would have been also impossible. So I'm driving again to Albania. I'm very happy about it. We are just crossing Pristina here. I also would like to show you Pristina, and it's a wonderful place, but I cannot in my part-time podcasting career show you all the beauties of all cities. By time maybe I will manage, but it's of course now time a bit for business. We are in an urgent energy crisis here in the Southern Balkans, and it's one of my efforts also to make sure that there is enough energy here and to bring a lot of international investors to this country, to bring energy to the Southern Balkans and also have more energy independence. And it's a key. The EU could also do a lot to bypass Serbia. Serbia is not productive and constructive when it comes to the energy sector. So we need the energy links here from Kosovo and from Macedonia to Croatia. It's very clear. This must be for that mountains, the energy links, and the tunnel must be built over there towards Peja and then Rošaja, and a big energy link, a railway link, because Kosovo and Montenegro do have a common border. So the logic is to connect these borders and to make it happen. And it's very important. And we really have to get going, and we must be fast. And here it's very beautiful. Look how much land here is. It could be all solarized. Everywhere could be solar panels. I really lack the understanding that we don't give enough money to these countries, and then they are not performing. It needs a EU debt deal. It's absolutely important. And again, I'm so angry with Lindner, even as a liberal, but what he is performing, he is having these dogmas of no EU debts, and it's absolutely disgraceful, and the result is not very good. And we have to ensure that this is better. Now we are in Mališevo, then we had in Pristina. That's now, after this mountain comes the wine valley of Kosovo. It's very beautiful, and I will show you some of these amazing progress of this highway, and this is very good. Now we're heading towards the big construction successes of. This is a really wonderful thing. America has built this highway, Bechtel, and they did a wonderful job for that one. And that's something I want to show now. Also, I will make some pictures. Thanks a lot for watching. More to come from Pax Europiana, again on the road to Albania. Bye.